Chapter 1. The cattle drive set forth after the thaw in 1887 with 500 steers, 60 horses, and 12 wranglers, but after 100 miles the number of hands had dwindled to 9 because the rest had been murdered. That's what Ramrod Luke McGraw believed. Even if the rest of the outfit thought the deaths were an unlucky string of unfortunate accidents, McGraw didn't believe in accidents and damn sure didn't believe in coincidences. 3 men dead in 2 weeks was no coincidence. He rode beside the herd of cattle moving across the plain, still covered with the last snows of winter. He shivered. It was getting warmer, but not by much. Unlucky, like everything else on this doomed trail so far. As he sat in his saddle on Jenny, his big chestnut-brown mare, the rugged cowboy reflected on the troubling sequence of unfortunate accidents that had plagued the cursed cattle drive from the moment they had departed the Bar H Ranch in Consequence, Wyoming, west of Wind River, driving the steers 400 miles southeast to Cheyenne on the other side of the state. The herd had to be delivered to the Big Cattlemen's Association auction in just over a month, and the long winter had delayed their departure. Still, they had enough time by the trail boss's reckoning. Covering 10 miles a day, it should have been a 5-week journey, but the deaths had put them behind schedule. First there was Rover Ox Johnson, who fell off his horse and broke his neck. They blamed it on the whiskey, for the man was a rounder known to drink on the job. Then, a week later, driver Jed Wade was gone. Healthy as a horse, then one day complains his stomach hurts, and next thing anyone knows, he's frothing at the mouth like a rabid dog, and 5 minutes later, boom, stone cold dead. They couldn't blame that on the whiskey because Wade was a teetotaler who didn't drink. And it sure wasn't the chow from Fred Kettlebone's chuck wagon that killed him, because the whole crew ate that, and Fred was the best cook anybody had ever ridden with. Snakebite was what some of the outfit were blaming for the cause of Jed Wade's untimely demise, but McGraw had never seen or heard of anybody dying that way from getting bit by a snake. However, he'd heard tell of some poisons that would do it to you, and Luke's suspicions were raised.